Someone had stolen a tip box from Joe's cafe. The police arrived almost at once. Rick said that he could only see the back of the robber. He knew it was a woman. The next day, another robbery took place, but this time the guard managed to block the exit. The police arrived in a minute. They saw 4 women in the cafe. Can you tell who the thief was? Write your answer in the comments. It was Lisa. She's the only one whose shoes are good enough for running. Mia got a new cat and brought it into her apartment where she lived with other people, but all her roommates disliked her new pet. 3 months later, she went on a 2-day business trip. When she came back, the cat was gone. She questioned all her roommates. Steve didn't notice the cat was missing. David said he was allergic to cats and couldn't survive a day with a cat. Tim seems to be the one taking care of the cat, and he was shocked he couldn't find her in the morning. Who's lying? David. If he were allergic to cats, he wouldn't have lasted with Mia's cat in the same house for several months before. A year passes, and you've managed to get out of the prison. You must pick one of the 3 doors the scientists created. The first room is filled with venomous cone snails. The second has 5 very hungry polar bears. The third is a saltwater tank with hundreds of piranhas. Which door will you choose? Choose the water tank with hundreds of piranhas, which is the safest. In the third room, the error is that piranhas are freshwater fish and can't survive in salt water. After dinner, Chris and Kathy went for a walk in the park. They were so focused on each other that they got completely lost. They began looking for a way out and found themselves on a strange road. There were 4 different paths. Each road had a sign, but the signs had no words. Still, Chris and Kathy knew which path to take. What about you? This one's the only right-hand road. Prank his brother, Chris, and cut 2 holes in his t-shirt. How many holes does the t-shirt have? Eight. These 2 holes are cut through the t-shirt, making 4 holes in total. Additionally, there are 2 pre-existing holes. One for the head and one at the bottom of the t-shirt. Plus, 2 holes for arms. Alex got a job as the school principal. Wait, who stole his money? Alex found only one person's fingerprints on the wallet, his own. He questioned his 3 colleagues. Math teacher Sarah said she had been having lunch. History teacher Emma said, "I didn't feel well yesterday, so I went home early." And English teacher Chris said he had been checking his students' homework in his classroom. Who is the thief? History teacher. She used gloves to steal the money and then threw them in the trash. In the evening, Jim got very hungry. He went out to get some food and found a restaurant. As soon as Jim entered, he witnessed a heated argument between a waiter and a customer. The customer claimed to have ordered tomato soup, but the waiter insisted that he had only ordered something hot. Jim quickly realized who was lying. What about you? Jim's attention was drawn to the fact that it was now evening, and at the entrance of the restaurant, there is a sign indicating the daily specials. The restaurant only serves soups from 1 to 4 p.m. This meant that the waiter simply wouldn't have accepted such an order outside of the specified hours. When Jim came back home, he gave his wife Sarah VIP opera tickets for the next day's performance. Now, Sarah needed to find an evening dress. She headed to a shopping mall with Jim, but as soon as they arrived, they noticed something very weird. Can you see it too? This mannequin has 3 arms. Jim and Sarah decided to move to California. Sarah started looking for a new apartment and went to 3 agencies. Each agency showed her 1 apartment. Sarah liked them all, but when she examined the apartments, she realized that there were scammers among the realtors. Sarah looked at the documents attentively. Which apartment should she choose? The first apartment is on the 6th floor, but that's impossible because the building only has 4 floors. According to the description of the second apartment, its construction will be finished in 2025. However, it is currently 2023, and Sarah needs an apartment immediately. Jessica brings her handkerchiefs to the local laundry. She returns to pick up her stuff in 5 hours. Unfortunately, someone has burned her favorite shawl with an iron. Jessica gets furious and questions the 3 suspects. Josh says, "I didn't iron today. It must be Mrs. Carter." Mrs. Carter says, "I was planting roses in the garden all day. It must be Peter." Peter says, "I don't know who's guilty because I've been in the workshop all day." So, who burned Jessica's shawl? It was Mrs. Carter. Take a look at the garden. Can you see any roses? Exactly. Mr. Brooklyn asked his students to guess what his laptop's 3-digit password was. Who can guess receives 100 points on the exam. Each of them made a guess. The numbers they chose were 3, 5, 7, 9, 0, 2, 9, 0, 7, 9, 5, 4. Even though no one's guess was right, every person guessed 1 digit correctly and exactly in its right place. Can you figure out Mr. Brooklyn's passcode? Since just one of them guessed 1 digit correctly, the first digit can't be 9. In this case, 3 people would have guessed it right, and there wouldn't be enough people to guess the 3rd digit. The only other option for the first digit is 3, which means the second digit can't be 5, and the third one can't be 7. Since the second one can't be 5, then it's 0. 2 people guessed it correctly, and the third digit is 4. If it was 2, it would mean someone guessed 2 digits correctly, 0 and 2, but that's not true. So Mr. Brooklyn's code is 3, 0, 4. Oleg got trapped in the trap of a strange room. There are just 3 ways out, and all of them are dangerous. Behind the first door, the roof and the floor are made out of magnifying glass, and the sun will burn anyone who comes in. Behind the second door, there's a room filled with poisonous gas, and the third door is hiding a hungry lion. How can Oleg escape? He should wait until it's night. The sun will set, and Oleg will safely walk through the first door. On a cold, snowy day, Ethan was driving past a bus stop. There were 3 people there: an elderly lady who was feeling unwell, a doctor who saved many lives, and Sophia, a person Ethan had been admiring for years. Unfortunately, there was only room for 1 more person in the car. What should Ethan do? He should give the car to the doctor, who would take the elderly lady, and Ethan can stay at the bus stop with the person of their dreams. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to stay updated on our latest videos. I wish you a fantastic day and hope to see you soon.